Hello everyone. Here we are going to start the unit first from our syllabus. So as we have discussed that there are totally 3 units in your syllabus. Okay, so each unit belongs to each unit carries 33 marks, and from which today we are going to start first unit. Okay, so in the first unit, there are few things expected from the student. They should able to uh, do that. Okay, so what is first thing? Here you can see on your screen that some scopes and objectives are there for this unit to implement. Why this unit is there in your syllabus? Some objectives are there that you should be able to complete that at this level. See, you should be able to learn two things like select a method of analysis. Select a method of analysis. So if you are provided with some substance, chemical substance or any other substance, then if I ask you to do the analysis of that substance, then instantly after learning this unit, at least you should say something, yeah, by this technique, you can carry out the analysis of this substance. This is what the first thing which expected from your side. And second, you should be able to decide how to identify a sample and prepare it for the analysis. See, if you have a sample, okay, but how you can identify it that yeah you are going to follow the organic quality or quantity or inorganic quality or quantity analysis, right? This is one thing. And how the sample should be prepared if you are going to use any instrument. So for each and every instrument, the sample needs to be in particular form. For few, it needs to be in liquid form. For few, it needs to be in solid form. Some instruments requires the gaseous state samples. So for that purpose, you should be able to prepare it for the analysis purpose. Okay. Then you should be able to select a proper procedure for analysis. Okay, yeah, you are going to follow that, whether you are going to follow pHmetry, potentiometry, colorimetry, conductometry. These are the basic things. Okay, so you must able to select, yeah, this is the process, yeah, I'm going to follow for the analysis purpose. Okay, after that, what you should be able to do, you should be able to identify sources of possible error. Okay, sources of possible error in the result obtained. What happens whenever we are going to carry out an experiment due to different factors which are responsible for the disturbance in the actual experiments, there may be cause of some errors, like the instrument is not working properly, or the climatic conditions are not according to the requirement of the experiment. Again, power fluctuation may be there while doing the experiment. If your instrument is not calibrated, in such cases, there are chances to cause of error. Okay, so after that, some problems and numericals we are going to study for the errors. Okay, now in the syllabus, actually, these are the things up till now what we explained. These are what expected from this unit that student or you should be able to understand, able to do these things. Okay. After that, what is that? Now we'll see again what are the things which are basically included for the syllabus. Here in role of analytical chemistry, a few important concepts, important terms are there. That terms we are going to use throughout the analytical chemistry in future, because the analytical chemistry is a special subject introduced to you in the SYBSc, what you started to learn now. Okay. After that, in the chemistry, every time you will find that specific terms comes in the analytical chemistry, and that should be clearer to you. Now that we are going to cover it in the language of analytical chemistry. Okay. Then what is the purpose of analysis? We are going to learn what is the purpose of analysis. So we are going to carry out analysis based on first nature of information required. What information you require? Okay, that is very important. And second is the size of sample you are going to take for the analysis purpose. Okay, so in the nature of information required, we are going to study proximate partial, trace, and complete analysis. Okay, partial, proximate, trace, and complete analysis. And in the second part, what quantity of sample you are taking for the analysis purpose. See, if that is taken in large quantity, you may call it as micro. If you are taking somehow in between 10 mg to 100 mg, that comes under the semi-micro. If you are going to take less than 10 mg sample for the analysis, that comes in the micro analysis. Okay. Here again, we are going to learn some methods of analysis. Basically, there are two methods for analysis for you in BSc. One is a classical method and other is a non-classical method. In simple terms, classical means the older technique you are following in the laboratory. Still you are following in the laboratory. Non-classical means most of the instrumental techniques are included in the non-classical techniques. And we are going to see some of the important methods for the analysis. Okay. Then in your syllabus, you are going to study the sampling. Okay, you are going to study the sampling. Okay, while doing the before doing the analysis of anything, how that substance to be sampled for the analysis purpose. That is also very important. Okay, for that two terms you are going to learn, which are related to the sampling process, and that you need to follow. Then types of sampling are there, and different types of sampling are there that we'll learn in detail later on. Then techniques which you are going to follow. See, for the solid sample analysis, techniques are different. For liquid, again different techniques are there, and for gases, techniques are different. Okay, so the way by which you are going to collect the gas sample cannot be followed for the solid sample. And the way you are going to follow for the solid sample collection, you cannot follow for the liquid sample collection. These are the very important things, and that we are going to learn in the syllabus. Okay. After doing all these things, what you will have? You will have results of analysis in your hand. Results of analysis in your hand. Okay. So when you will get the result, there may be some errors. Okay. That types of error you are going to learn in detail in your syllabus. Okay, so we'll see what are the subtype of error, what are the causes of error, what factors are responsible for error to cause while doing the analysis. And after doing the analysis, we are going to study what the precision is. Okay, precision and accuracy. What the experiment in which we carried out, whether that is precise, whether that is accurate, or the reading which you got that are according to your expectation, or that goes beyond that. Okay, that things comes under it, so that you are going to see. Okay, and if you find that there is some kind of error in your calculation, so that that error can be whether possible to minimize, or whether that is possible to eliminate from the experiment. Okay, that we are going to learn in detail, and what are the types of error by which you are going to study the final data. Okay. Now, there are two references in your syllabus by which the syllabus is taken out for your study. Whatever is presented in your textbook. See, first book is Instrumental Analysis by Douglas A. Skoog. Then second book is also there, that Instrumental Methods of Analysis. Instrumental Methods of Analysis by Willard and Eagle. Then Fundamentals of Analytical Chemistry. Fundamentals of Analytical Chemistry by Douglas A. and colleagues. And the last one is the Modern Analytical Chemistry by David and Harvey. Okay, David Harvey. So these are the books. By these books you are possible to get from our library. And if you want soft copy of this book, you just put me a message. I can make it available for you. Okay, all soft copies are available with me, and I'm going to share these copies on your WhatsApp. Okay, now here we are going to start actual topic. So what is analytical chemistry? What is analytical chemistry? So analytical chemistry is, you know, that every compound, whenever you take for the analysis purpose, you are going to study in two manner. You are going to study in two manner. In two manner means either you are going to study qualitatively but you are going to study quantitatively. Going to study quantitatively. And in analytical chemistry, you are going to separate the compound. Okay, you are going to identify the compound. You are going to do its quantification. Okay, and what are its constituent, how that is formed. These are the things you are going to learn. Okay, see here, basically they have mentioned here qualitative analysis and the quantitative analysis. That is very, very important. Okay, so in FYPSC you have studied the inorganic qualitative analysis, organic qualitative analysis, right? And you are also doing quantitative analysis by the titration. You find out what is the concentration of a particular substance is present in the given analyte, and that is again quantitative analysis type. Okay, we'll see one by one in detail. This is just a bit, some steps are very important in analytical chemistry. You cannot take sample and directly do analysis to get the final results. You need to follow certain rules, certain stages, and then only you will get the good kind of result in your hand. See, what is the aim of your analysis? That is the first and foremost condition. Okay. After that, how to obtain a proper sample from original material. That is the second step. Okay, that is very important. Then preparation of sample for the analysis purpose. Preparation of sample for analysis purpose. Okay, then which method you are going to follow for the purpose of analysis. That is also very important. Actual analysis. Now you have selected the proper method by which you are going to do the actual analysis. After analysis, you will get the data in your hand in the form of reading. After that, you are going to do the interpretation of that data or that readings. Okay, and after that, you will get the final result in your hand. By the result, you can say, yeah, this compound is made up of, in qualitative analysis, you can say that this is the mixture of certain moieties or the elements by which it is made from. Okay, and in quantitative analysis, you can say something about its concentration or the weight, right, or the how much gram that substance is present. Okay. Now, what is the purpose of chemical analysis? Okay, you are doing the analysis, but you must know why you are doing analysis. What is the motto? What is the purpose behind this? So, certain things are there, like chemical testing and analysis is vital for regulatory compliance and understand the quality and composition of chemical substance and materials that are used in. See now this is important. That are used in is whatever you are going to analyze that is going to use in products, industrial processes, and manufacturing. Okay, and again I can say the product means any product like pharmaceutical, cosmetic, food products, and the different products you are using in your day-to-day life. Okay, the industrial processes that may be used as a crude material to synthesize the different material. Okay, that will be used. And for the manufacturing, that whatever you have studied by the chemical analysis, that can be used for the manufacturing of other substances. That is also very important. So here in your syllabus, basically I told you there are two methods. One is a classical method, another is non-classical method. Non-classical method means instrumental method. Okay, in classical method you are going to carry out qualitative analysis with the help of chemical test, which you are carrying out in your chemistry laboratory in the general practical, right? A qualitative analysis, right? And you are going to carry out a flame test, like you will come to know that whether the substance contains aromatic in nature or non-aromatic, or whether it is aliphatic, like this. Okay, the sooty flame you may observe in your laboratory, and different tests of their flame test. Okay, again quantitative, by which you will come to know how much quantity of substance is present. In that you are going to study the gravimetric analysis. In gravimetric analysis you are going to measure the weight. Okay, you are going to measure the weight, and in the volumetric analysis you are going to find out its concentration. You are going to find out its concentration, right? In a non-classical technique or instrumental method, optical methods are there. Okay, here you are studying the interaction of light or electromagnetic radiation with the substance or the matter. Then mass spectrometry, by which you will come to know what is the molecular weight of any particular substance present in the any particular molecule present in the substance. Okay, and the moieties. Okay, electrochemical analysis, here you are going to use the electricity as a analysis tool for the chemicals. Okay, then thermal analysis, you are going to use here thermal energy. You are going to use here heat for the analysis of substances. Then separation. Okay, you are going to carry out separation in non-classical technique like chromatography. Separation is a chromatographic technique. There are different techniques like thin layer chromatography, then paper chromatography, then HPLC is there, column chromatography is there. Such a good kind of technique which people are using in day-to-day life, that we are going to study. Then hybrid technique. Hybrid is the combination of two or more techniques. Okay, GCMS, for example, GCMS is a combination of gas chromatography and mass spectrometry. So these are what the hybrid technique. This is what one example I have given to you. Likewise, different techniques are combined to do the analysis in better way. Okay, then microscopy technique is there. Then lab on a chip. So you can carry out analysis at outside also. Like so some of the time, any substance can be studied by taking its test outside, and that is like a lab on a chip. Okay, these are what somehow extra instrument or the technique what I told you, which are not here right now for the study purpose in SYBSc, just for the information purpose. Okay, now classification of analysis on the basis of type of information required. As I told you, proximate analysis. Okay, so determination of elements present in the sample. Irrespective of chemical form. That substance may be solid, liquid, and gaseous state. Okay, but you are going to find out elements from this. Okay, then trace analysis. Okay, here only you are going to study one or few component from the sample. Okay, then partial analysis. Only one component is studied from the sample. Again, we have studied that what is a macro. If you take more than 100 milligram of substance for the analysis, called a macro. In semi, if you are taking quantity of substance between 10 milligram to 100 milligram, that comes under the semi-micro. And if you are taking the quantity less than 10 milligram, that comes under the micro analysis. So this is what all about the first lecture. The rest of the part we are going to continue in the next lecture, where we are going to study the quantitative analysis technique, in which we are going to study the gravimetric analysis and volumetric analysis. Okay, so this is what we are going to study.